Well, welcome back to the farm. And as you can see here, we're working on some stuff. Well, you can't really see we're working on some stuff, but we're working on some stuff. So, jeez, buddy, you went right down in the ditch. Trying to do that, trying to turn around right there. Yep. But anyway, yeah, so working on the fence today. And I've been working on the fence. See, the sheep, they just keep on getting out. It was the goats. Now it's the sheep. And you know, when you have like 30, 40 of them out in your yard or in the neighbor's soybeans, you know, it kind of gets irritating because you're like, well, you know, I'd rather them in my yard than you know, destroying my neighbor's crops and stuff. So, but I'm trying to work on a solution for it, and I've gone past this, worked on it numerous times, and now I'm just walking around. I have come up with a plan. So the bottom one, since it grows up and, you know, the grass grows up on it and stuff, it affects the fence. What my plan is, I'm gonna de-energize the first wire. The first wire is basically going to be a ground. These two wires up top are going to be positive. And you might ask yourself, well, what is that going to do? You know, just weakens it, kind of. And yes, you'd be right, it does kind of weaken it. Because now smaller animals can get in the field, like a fox or something. And that's obviously, I don't want that. But I have no other choice. And what I could do is I could take the middle one, I could de-energize that, and have the bottom and the top energized. Which wouldn't be a bad idea. Just coming up with solutions. So you might be wondering, like, why are you going to do that? Well, right now when it's ground and you touch the fence, it'll shock you, you know? But just to give it a little bit more of a, you know, a grounding, you take that first one, you make that into a ground, so when they come into contact with both wires, they'll get shocked. Ta-da! Genius. So we're testing it out. I'm gonna have two tests. I'm gonna test that out, and then if that doesn't work, I'm just gonna ground the bottom and the top and leave the middle one a ground. Wait, I said ground, the bottom and the top. I was gonna, you know, energize the bottom and the top and leave the middle one ground. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just walking around, you know, looking for anywhere that the two top wires, the middle and top, are touching the bottom one and energizing the bottom one. And once I have that done, she should work perfectly fine. Hopefully. Not 100% sure yet, but they've completely just destroyed my neighbor's soybeans. I feel sorry for them. You know, I've been trying to keep them in as much as possible. I've resorted to, you know, getting a four-wheeler and driving them, chasing them back in. Now it's with guns. I'll sit there and I'll shoot a couple of rounds and they'll run them back in. But now it's getting to the point where they're kind of getting like, oh, well, he's shooting, but he ain't gonna shoot me, so he needs me, yeah. I'm a valuable market, somewhat valuable market, but they've completely destroyed. You can see right here, you know, where they're getting out, going across the road and everything, but they've completely destroyed these things. So we're gonna have to replace these soon. But I have not done a video in a while, and you might be asking yourself, why is that? What have you been doing? How come you ain't making videos? This one is too high. I guess that's good. As long as it keeps it up off the ground. But yeah, these sheep are a pain. You know, it's just too bad I can't shoot them, you know. But then I'd be losing money. And no one wants to buy a dead animal. Well, maybe a butcher. But, you know, where am I going to get that? Plus I got to get this thing focused. There we go. Come on. One more. One more. There we go. That one's fine. Just a tappy tap tap and then it'll be good. So the bottom one's pretty loose, but I could really less care about that because, well, I do kind of care that it's, as long as it's not touching the ground. You might be asking yourself, what's going to be grounded anyway? I don't want it touching the ground. Simply because... Did not think about that. I don't know. I don't know how effective this is going to be, but, you know, right now I'm just trying to find solutions to keep these animals in. You can see them getting out in the front yard here. But right now, I'm just trying to, you know, keep these animals in and stop them from damaging my fences and destroying my stuff and etc. And there's someone turning into the driveway. Probably about the animals out in the road somewhere. Yep, that's probably that. Nah, it's probably the new nurse. Oh yeah, that's right. I was going to tell you guys what's been going on. So, some of you guys are aware that my great uncle suffers from a stroke. And that him having his stroke limits to him doing everything. Because before, what I'm doing right now is basically what he would be doing. Coming out here, you know, working on fence lines and doing a whole bunch of stuff. But, yeah, see right here, can't have that. I know what you're saying, it would be easier just to snip that wire. I don't want that. I don't want to do that because, in case this doesn't work, I want to be able to put this wire back on, you know. So, we'll take that wire and we'll shove it on back over, like so. Boom, there you go. Alright. Anyway, he's limited to what he can do. Right? So, you know, he can't, like, come out here and do everything because he's in a wheelchair now, and plus he can't move his right side of his body. But he's doing good. So, but right now, you know, we just need people to come out here and kind of take care of him. You know? So, we've been dealing with that. He had money, he ran out of money or something like that. Now he doesn't have money to take care of himself. With the power of attorney screwed that all up. But, so now, we're just going along with what we're trying to figure out and do. And that is nursing. So, you know, you guys wondering where I've been, you know, I haven't been making videos in a while. That's what I've been doing. I've been sitting down here taking care of him. There's a nurse to come get him up in the morning. I stay down here pretty much all day, watch over him. Can't do anything else. And then nurse comes at the night, puts him in the bed after he's eaten and everything, and then there we go. Right? So we've kind of worked it out. We well, went through a thing, you know, legal issues. My other uncle stepped in and he screwed things up even more. We got it reversed to the original power attorney, Tracy, and we're doing Much better. Okay, I don't know what this is all about. I do not want this here. That's weird. Oh, I just didn't cut that. I don't know. But, yeah, so we got another power attorney. And we had to switch it back because he was way worse. It was to the point where there was nobody here to get him up in the morning. No one here to get him up, put him in the bed at night. So I had to do everything, and which was obviously bad. Social services got involved, and we ended it. So they were able to help us, even though how lazy they are. Generally. And so we got all that fixed. And everything. Thank God. So now we're still working on plans. Because right now there's a nurse here. That's her car over there. There's a nurse here from, like, I don't know, like 9 something in the morning. Well, 7 in the morning until 3 p.m. That's pretty good, right? Unfortunately for me, this is my last year of school and everything. I don't get to do anything on during the week. So, you know, the animals, they're left dropping dead left and right and everything. You know, fence line, they're all on the road and everything. No one's here to fix the fence line except for me on the weekends. And on the weekends, I still got other stuff to do through the stuff that piled up on the week. Like schoolwork and stuff. And other things. So, what we're doing now is at the beginning of just eat the dang animal. Freaking Jesus. Oh, they're down there eating him. Yeah. So I'll let you guys know right now. There's a dead sheep down there. Someone during hunting season, I can no longer allow these animals to go into the woods. Well, they can go in the woods all they want to now because I could real less care as long as they're not destroying my neighbor's soybeans. Anyway, they cannot go in the woods during hunting season. Simply because people are idiots, and when they go hunting, they can't tell the frickin' difference between a deer and a sheep. Yes, you've got that right. One of those is a big old deer with antlers. It's a buck, you know. And they think that was that. So, one of them got shot in the back of its head. What appeared to be a rifle or some sort. Probably a 45, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, got shot. No animals allowed in the woods now. Simply because people want to be idiots and can't tell the difference between an animal, such as a sheep, and a deer. Let me put that on that side. Come on. There we go. Look at that. There we go, right there. Anyway, I hope this thing's blurry. But, so, we've been trying to fix this whole situation. So, at the beginning of the year, January 1st, one of the nurses, thank God, she is the nicest nurse in the world. If we didn't have her, I don't know what we would be doing right now. But she's going to come in from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. It was 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. just to give me that 2 hours of, you know, the work on the fence and work on, you know, stuff. But now we've changed it to 7 a.m. 7 p.m. just because of everything else that goes on. We hate it. And you know what I'm gonna do right here? I'm just gonna go and a snippy snip snip solves everything. So yeah, that's basically what we're doing. And hopefully it'll work. I'll get some more videos back in. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get any great videos. Finally, I got the tractor fixed. Oh, I'll tell you guys about that. So the front hydraulic cylinder, that was all screwed up in it. Leaking hydraulic fluid all over the ground. Hydraulic steering fluid. Well, hydraulic fluid. There is no hydraulic steering. Well, there is fluid for steering, but they just connect the hydraulics to the steering on the tractor, pretty much. That's how they do things like that, if you didn't know. And dang. And anyway, so yeah, that was all messed up. I took it over the crew. Got them to fix it for like $200 and something, $178 something, $180, something like that. I mean, pretty reasonable price, being in the realistic world and everything. And they fixed it, put it back on the tractor. They freaking screwed up. The guy lost one of the whatchamacallits, one of the copper washers, right? Sorry about that, I had to put that up. He lost one of the copper washers on it, so now I don't have a copper washer, and I need to get one because it leaks just a little bit. Not too bad. I can still use it. It's not like it's pouring out like it was. So, but he repacked the cylinder, got that all fixed, and now the animals are happy because they get bales and everything else. Jeez, I can't. This is very hard operation when you're sitting here trying to do this with one hand, you know? I need one of them GoPro things. I got one, but it sucks. You know what we're gonna do. Hold it right there. Pull her on down. Push her on up. There we go. And ta-da! Link it over the top like so. And there we go. Oh my god! How many freaking more times do I have to do this? And I think that's it. We're getting closer and closer to being done. Yeah, but I've fixed this thing so many times. I can't even express how many times I've fixed this fence. And right now I'm just willing to fix it and get it done. That way I don't have any problems with it. And what do you freaking know? Look at this crap. Man, I hate my job sometimes. But it's got to be done. For fuck's sake. So what we got here is we got the bottom one right here, and the bottom one is trading off with the middle one, and the bottom one is going basically to where the middle was going. So the middle one is just that perfect elevation where the middle one connects to the bottom one. It's level, and the middle, the bottom one connects to the middle one, where it just lines up perfectly. And what we're dealing with here is where I cannot no longer do anything to ground that first one out. Oh, and look who's come to join us in destroying the lovely fence that we just worked on. Yeah. So now I'm screwed. I'm screwed now, because it'll be fine right there, because I could just separate them with something right there. I could just pull this over to the side. Oh, I'm sorry, I could pull the bottom one over to the ground somewhere. Right? But now I'm dealing with, and this is fine right here, I can do that. But now I'm dealing with right here because it's connected to it. So I'm just going to leave that right there. The bottom one right here is just going to have to be energized. But as for all around there, that should do. That should do. Hopefully, anyway. So, yep. I don't know what the current temperature is out here, but it's kind of mild, kind of cold, kind of warm. Kind of good. But we'll just go ahead and grab our old fancy dancy electro engineering, you know, fence voltage tester, and we'll check out what we've got. Unfortunately, you guys won't be able to see. You guys be able to see just fine at night though, but during the day, you know, I can hardly see, and I know the camera is going to be just a pain to try to see. But let me go get that and I will return. I'm not really too sure, but if you listen closely, you might be able to hear it. I don't know if the phone's going to pick it up. Hear that little clicking sound? That's coming from the box right there. But, not the box, the little switch, you know? But anyway, I've got it all done. This bottom one has no voltage going on. It's de-energized. Everywhere where it connected to the bottom one, no more. The bottom one is grounded, solid grounded. Well, not completely solid. It just has a wire that's in the ground connecting it to the fence itself. But anyway, I've got it all done. Look at all that. All nice. Wires hanging on the ground from the bottom one, but no problem at all because the bottom one is negative and the two, the middle and the top, are positive. And so there we go. Now we're getting to the spot where I had the most problems, where I actually had to kind of engineer it a little bit. But besides that, it's doing pretty good. Now down here, kind of see right there, this is a Craftsman light I'm using, pretty bright. See there? Yeah. Go way off in the distance there. Surprised you guys can kind of see it. But if we look closely, you can kind of see the animals. They're just laying over in that field right there. But right here, I had to engineer it the most, because if you can kind of tell, you know, right here is the most difficult spot because it has this little embankment that goes up. So the middle one becomes the bottom one. So the bottom right here, it does that. This keeps on going straight. It does not move. The bottom one, that one goes up. As you can see right there, it goes up and it connects to right there, where the light is shining right there. That's the middle one. That's the bottom one. They transition like an X, you know? So what I had to do was I had to disconnect the bottom one from the top and everything. I had to connect the middle, I had to disconnect the bottom one from the top and the middle. And by doing that, I created its own line. As you can see right there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not. But as you can see right there, it is separate. At no point does it touch the wire. You see that? No point does it touch that live wire. There's a stick in the ground that's pulling it away from all that. Right there. Otherwise it would have touched it on its own. Not good. And I have it connected. The bottom one is energized still. Even if that wasn't there, it's energized through right there, connected right there. And this fence is still energized. That fence is not, though. And we will work on that fence next weekend and hopefully get that working. Because you can see right there, a wire kind of spliced. It did come down and connect to that piece that's kind of flickering, connected right there. Right there, this whole line right here starts into the woods. It goes from right here, oh, I'm sorry, camera. It goes from right here, follow that all the way around, and all the way back there, way back there in the woods. Comes all the way around, and it connects right there to that intersection. So, but yep, I've got it pretty much its own independent line, the bottom one. So the bottom is grounded. Well, it's basically a neutral. Well, I shouldn't say neutral. It basically is a neutral. Nah, it's not a neutral, because a neutral would be in the middle. But anyway, it's grounded. It's its own line. It's grounded. So that way, when the idea basically is, when, well, I'll get you over here and demonstrate it a little better. But the basic idea is, when the animal's foot, when it tries to cross through there, when the animal's foot touches that middle one, this bottom one, it ain't going to shock them, right? Now, if they're not getting a good ground, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even have it down, but the thing is, if the animal's sitting here and it touches the big one and it's not getting a good ground, then it's not really getting shocked all the way. Whereas once it touched this one and it comes into contact with that one up there, it creates it basically creates an arc. So on the animal, it shocks it and it keeps the animal in the field where it's nice and safe and everything. And I know what you're saying. You know, you got the people out there, animal activists and everything, retarded people, saying, oh, electric fences are dangerous. Well, you know the whole point of electric fences is to keep the animals in from getting in the road and getting in the field and getting hurt. You know? That's really the whole purpose of what a fence is for. Is to keep the animals safe. I can keep the animals out on the range all I want to. You know? But then I'd lose where they were. And if I didn't know where they were, they would probably get hurt. What's going on over there? But, see, I pull... What the fuck? Stupid goats. Anyway, I pull this bottom one up. I pull it right up there to the top. Hang on. And so, this stick resembles the animal's leg. Touching this bottom one, and it touches this one. Except, it would basically do something like this. Yeah, you see that? That's exactly what I want. It was doing that before, when it was grounded on this, but unfortunately it wasn't working. So hopefully, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but hopefully it'll work now. And if it works like that now, then I'm going to do this all universal. I'm going to have it all the same setup pretty much. But first, this is just a test field. I'm going to be experimenting with this field to see if it works or not. Because if it doesn't work, I'm going to try the top one. Well, I'm going to try the middle one maybe. So, the whole idea is to keep the animal in, keep the animal safe. He's got a corn stalk there. And here we got the sheep, the goats, running all through, hurting themselves, you know, damaging my stuff. Anyway. But, I've already gone, and I've closed off the main gate right in the woods there. Not in the woods, but right in the field there. Benny, he's safe. He's not going to get in there. He's not going to stomp them and hurt them and everything. They're going to be fine, hopefully. If they stay in that field and not go in his field. But, yeah, for their safety, you know, need an electric fence to keep them in. You know, that way they're not getting out in the road. They're not going to get hit. They're not going to, you know, damage property, and you know, it's gonna keep them safe, but they don't realize it. Now this box ain't on, and this goes to the fence back there with everything, and I want this on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug it in. You see? Give me a second. Let me put you guys down real quick. There we go. So I can't really do it too well one-handed, you know, but you can kind of see. Anyway, that's your indicator right there. You see it flashing? That means it's grounded, which is good for me. Means that the fence is working. Means that, you know, it's going over there. It's electrifying the fence. Unfortunately, there are some areas that I need to fix, but besides that, everything's good. So, but pretty cool. Little Farmall Super A. I want to get that fixed. That's a project I want to do. I don't know how good it is now. The engine's been exposed. Might need a brand new engine. You know, rebuild the engine, rebuild it, fix it up, get it running, and use it. But that's a little bit of some time from now. But anyway, I'm trying to get as much done as around here as I can right now with the amount of time I've got. But remember, you know, at the first of the year, I'm going to have someone down here, you know, 12-hour shift pretty much. From 7 to 7. 7 a.m., 7 p.m. And I'll be able to get as much stuff as I want to get done. And hopefully fix this fence with all the animals. But, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video, and you know, we'll work on going around and fixing the fence in the woods. That's gonna be a little bit of a job, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that done this weekend, or well, I'm sorry, next weekend, or you know, I don't know. I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and it's good to be back.